Bienvenidos a NFL Game Day Final con mis amigos Adam Rank, Chargers quarterback Chase Daniel, three-time Pro Bowler D'Angelo Hall. I'm Omar Reese. The 49ers certainly putting an exclamation point on the NFL's five-game international series, beating the Arizona Cardinals 38-10 for the fifth time in the history. NFL going back to Mexico City, and this one was a rematch of the very first game in their international series in the NFL's history. This time the 49ers beat the Cardinals again 38-10. Let's put some points on the board. 49ers put a lot of them up there. Chase, we're going to start with you. What's your first point?
Well, I just think the 49ers offensively, they are going to be very tough to beat with their balanced attack on offense. You know, they threw for 228 yards. They rushed for 151 yards. 3 pass touchdowns over 30 yards. They can be explosive. Pick your poison. George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Elijah Mitchell, CMC, Jimmy G, probably, in my opinion, had one of his best games. He was calm, cool, collected. He played within the offense. 20 of 29, super efficient. Tied a career high in passing touchdowns. It's just going to be really hard down the stretch to match up with these guys if you can't stop the run, which the Cardinals did in the first half. The 49ers only ran for 33 yards.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they said, you know what? Here's what we're going to do in the second half. We're going to run the ball. Over 151 rushing yards, 120 of it came in the second half. They had 7 rushes total in the first half. That is not San Francisco offense whatsoever.
They ended up with 159 yards total on the ground.
Yeah, and then they come out the second half and they decide to say, hey, the first drive of the second half, we're going to set the tone. We're going to run the ball 7 times for 71 yards, ending with that Deebo Samuel touchdown.
And they have one of the great play callers in the NFL. D'Angelo, what's your point number 2?
Oh, my goodness, Omar. You hit it right on the head. One of the great play callers in the National Football League, and my man Kyle Shanahan. I mean, come on, guys. If you give Kyle Shanahan all of these weapons like Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, I mean, just the misdirection, the way they're able to use guys and put them in position to go make plays. I mean, come on, guys. As this team continues to get more and more healthy, I don't know how you stop them. The addition of CMC, like you mentioned, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, it's just so many different playmakers that Kyle Shanahan has an opportunity to get the ball in their hands anywhere on the field and let those guys go make a play. It is amazing to watch this offense roll.
Yeah, they're really in the infancy stages of this Christian McCaffrey era of 49ers offense. They are just getting warmed up. Adam, point number 3.
Well, I'm going to say right now that the Colt McCoy run was exciting, but it's time to put that to bed. It was fun, but at some point you got to go back to Kyler Murray. Again, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fun. Like, every once in a while we see these backups come in and play well, and it's like, you're a backup for no disrespect.
Yeah.
But you're a back. No, but I mean, like, you're fine. Like, you can come in. You like Colt McCoy to come in and win a couple of games. He knows the offense. He can command it well, and that's all well and good. But at some point, you really need to work on developing your starting quarterback, Kyler Murray, and getting him up to speed, getting him in a position to win these games. And so that narrative took a big L.
Yeah, I think, listen, Colt had a tough go tonight. He was 3-1 before tonight's game when called upon. As a backup quarterback, as a team, that's all you can ask for. Give your team a chance to win the game. It was a tough test on the road tonight in Mexico City. I mean, 7,200 feet up. These guys are gashed. I thought he played well in the first half. It was a one-score game. Yeah. And then things got sort of out of hand in the second half.
The 49ers got tired running to the end zone.
We spoke so much about the embarrassment of riches the 49ers now have on offense. But let's not forget, their defense wins championships. Coming into the game ranked number 1, and it doesn't matter if there's a changing cast of characters. Of course, Nick Bosa was all over Colt McCoy. He got his sack, but you have even guys like Kevin Givens filling in for Eric Armstead. He gets a sack. The rookie we just saw close out the game, Samuel Womack, is only getting better as well.
Yeah, it's a tough test. I mean, we played them 2 weeks ago, and, you know, other than Fred Warner, Bosa, and also Eric Armstead, who didn't even play tonight, they don't have a lot of brand name guys. They don't have a lot of name guys out there, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, it just is how well coached they are. I mean, they are just so well coached. They run to the whistle. They try to bully you. They're physical. They play in this too high shell, right, D-Hall, all day long, and they can stop the run in it. It's a tough test.
Yeah. And just think about it, guys, right? We talked about how physical this 49ers offense is. They go against that defense every day in practice, every day in training camp. So it's no surprise that you're going to have physical defensive presence all over this field. And it doesn't matter. The front seven, the corners, right? Travarius Ward. I mean, we saw him make big tackle after big tackle out there on the edge. Jimmy Ward. When you got guys who are willing to make plays and tackle at every level of your defense, you have a chance to make a whole lot of plays. And I'm calling it right now. DeMeco Ryans will be somebody's next head coach next season. He has to, the way this defense has been playing.
It didn't seem like it was possible that defense would get better when Robert Saleh left to become head coach of the New York Jets, but it seems like it has under DeMeco Ryans, and they've been good consistently. Because of the win, the 49ers surged up in the NFC playoff picture, going from the number 7 seed now to the number 3 seed. It just didn't have the same type of vibe.
No, it didn't. No, you got to get into it, man. And I'm going to kick it off with my man in Dallas, Tony Pollard. Not only does he lead the team in rushing or touchdowns at 8, he had a career day with 189 scrimmage. He had 21 touches. He had 2 touchdowns. That one right there was for 68. He had another one for 30 yards. TP is the reason why this game blew wide open. He was balling.
You know, since you weren't here, I've been loving up some of these defensive players.
Oh, yeah?
Hat tip. Here we go.
Okay.
Aiden Hutchinson, second interception in 3 weeks.
Yes.
This is a dude who didn't have one at Michigan. Mooch actually numbers similar to another former line. See when he
They carry the ball. There you go.
Honors. Yeah, this guy not messing around. David, who you got for me, man?
Oh, I don't know. Just a little brother that just happened to play for the Las Vegas Raiders that went into Denver and beat the #1 pass defense in the league, threw for over 300 yards and a walk-off touchdown. And by the way, speaking of overtime games, which I just brought up, all right, he has the most, right? 10 overtime wins. That's the most, the highest winning percentage of any quarterback since they kept the stat in the 1950s. 32nd game-winning drive. Really, I guess that means he's the best quarterback, most clutch all time.
Clutch.
Yeah, all time? Yeah, all clutch.
Clutch. All right. You know why Cordero Patterson wears number 84?
Why?
He was a receiver in the league for 8 years. Now he's a running back. He's always been a kick returner. Look at him go 103 yards against the Bears. 9th kickoff return in his career. That's the most in our 103-year history. Good job, Atlanta. Beat the Bears. Good job, Cordero Patterson. Yammer, take it.
Nothing better than those horns.